Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we are getting news out of Onslow County that a crash that happened earlier has turned fatal. Now, the crash happened at around 6:32 a.m. this morning. The Highway Patrol says that Xavier Sharkey, 27 years old of Richlands, was driving a Chevy Malibu south on Highway 258 near Northwest Bridge Road when he turned left in front of a van that was heading north. Troopers say the van crashed into the passenger side of the Malibu, causing it to spin into a ditch. The van overturned in a ditch. Now, troopers say that Sharkey's wife, Amia Mills, 23 years old, was a passenger in the car and died as a result of the crash. We're told she died at the scene. Sharkey is in the hospital with minor injuries, and the driver of the van is also being treated for minor injuries, according to troopers. They also say that Sharkey will be charged with misdemeanor death by motor vehicle and failure to yield. And homeowners in Kinston should be a little pleased to hear we've got some good news for a new programming offering forgivable home repair loans. The city says the project could help qualified homeowners make major home repairs through a 0% interest forgivable loan. Now, the loan is forgiven in equal amounts each year for up to 5 years, as long as the homeowner continues to live in the home, according to the city. And you can attend one of the information sessions throughout the next month. First one is November 13th at 5:30 p.m. at Kinston City Hall. Next one, November 15th at 9:30 a.m. at Georgia K. Battle Community Center. And November 18th at 3 p.m. at LaGrange Community Center. Now, for those details, again, you can head over to our website. We have a full list at WITN.com. And for more information, you can call the city's planning department at 252-939-4021. Finally, time for a little forecast. We've got lots of sunshine outside right now across eastern North Carolina. Air temperatures are starting to respond to that heat. We've got mid to upper 60s right now across many inland areas. Those of you watching a little bit closer to the water are still, again, feeling pretty warm. Right now, this is a view through our Washington cam. A hint that, okay, we'll probably see a little bit more cloud cover over the weekend compared to what we've seen over the past few days. But you got to remember, over the past few days, we really haven't seen any cloud cover. This is kind of the first. And these clouds, these are high-level clouds going to be resulting in zero rain. In fact, these clouds are, a little science fact for you, are made up of ice crystals. They're so high in the atmosphere. So not actually the cloud droplets. Those are actually solid pieces of ice floating around in the upper levels of the atmosphere. There we go. Learn something new every day. Hopefully that checks the box for you. 67 degrees in Washington does come with a north-northwesterly wind at 9 miles per hour. Current air temperatures in the mid to upper 60s across most inland areas. As you get closer to the Virginia line, though, you are seeing a little bit more of that cooler air sticking around. 63 degrees in Roanoke Rapids, 62 in Ahoskie. Those air temperatures tonight could be down in the upper 30s. At least for tomorrow morning, I should say, which would prompt some frost across parts of eastern North Carolina, particularly those of you watching closer to I-95 and closer to Virginia. Right now, winds blowing generally out of the north-northwest at about 6 to 12 miles an hour. Over the next several days, we will be working in a little bit more humidity into the area, which is good news. We need some raindrops, and we're not going to get raindrops with air as dry as it is right now. So the fact that we're going to be seeing an increase in humidity as we head towards really Monday and Tuesday of this coming week is encouraging, as that will provide some relief from the drought that is present throughout at least 80% of eastern North Carolina. Good news there. So let's take a look again at that system moving in from the west. There you see that low pressure system gathering up that moisture and slowly working its way across the southeastern United States. Again, that'll be a system that brings that rain to the east by the time we get to Sunday evening. By the time we get to Sunday morning, still too far off to the west to really give us any sort of rain threat through the daylight hours. But once we get past sunset on Sunday, we're going to be talking again about the opportunity for a few raindrops coming down. Now that opportunity turns more into a certainty coming up on Monday. I think everybody is going to be seeing rain on Monday. It's just the question of how long is this rain going to be sticking around and who's going to see the most of it. Right now, that's still a bit of a question mark, but we know everybody should be prepared for raindrops on Monday and warmer overnight temperatures. The cloud cover that's going to be sticking around through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week will help keep those overnight lows away from that frost point and a little bit closer to that 50-degree mark. Coming up on Friday, of course, next Friday, Halloween. Things are looking good as far as your daytime goes, but we could be getting a little bit chilly there for the trick-or-treaters. If you haven't completed your Halloween costume yet, make sure you throw on something that'll capture a little bit more warmth, because if you plan on staying out late trick-or-treating, those air temperatures may have a little bit more of a bite to it than what you were expecting. That's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Friday. We'll see you back here in just a little bit.